All right, well, I don't get a chance to do unboxings very often. I like to focus mainly on the big review. However, today I want to unbox something very, very special. And I chose to use this because of the 1980s splatter theme going on, because something that I've never seen any knife brand ever do before. This Jack Wolf Knives brand new model, which I shouldn't show you yet, comes packaged like a VHS tape. How awesome is that? Now, if you're in my age range, if you're a Gen Xer, then this is super cool. This reminds you of walking up and down the aisles of Blockbuster Video and picking out a cool horror movie on VHS when you were quite a bit younger, because we didn't have DVDs until we were much older. And this is also a good reminder if you have family members older than you that have passed away and you're going through all their stuff trying to figure out what, gets passed on to whom and what gets trashed. Whenever you find any unlabeled VHS tapes, don't watch them. Whatever you do, don't ever watch them. This is it's so super cool. I really dig this. Now, let's get into it. I kind of wished he would have gone full tilt and had a true plastic VHS case, but then he couldn't have packaged it quite this nicely. Oh my God, is this the first Jack Wolf Knives model that doesn't come with a POG? Is there one hidden in? No, there's none hidden in there. Okay. So there's going to be a lot of firsts for this. Here are your two stickers. Very slick, very cool. Here is the pocket sheath with the clip so that you can keep your new fixed blade down inside of your pocket. And I want to be super careful here because this is not broken in yet. And I'm actually going to break out one of my tools that I use whenever I make a knife and then I go to ship the sheath to a customer. I don't think, however, it's going to fit in here. I have a sheath stretcher, but I think it's going to be too big. Let me check it out and try. Your mom called and she wanted her stretcher back. I'm full of them today, aren't I? Okay, now let's see if that makes it any better. Get that to slide in there. That is so cool. All right, let's get that closed. And the official name for this knife is going to be the Midnight FIXedc or FIXedc. It is the very first fixed blade knife being offered by Jack Wolf Knives. And I think it was a brilliant move. And it was also a brilliant move to use probably the most popular, but what has been my favorite of my Jack Wolf Knives. Well, I can't say it's the only favorite because my Cyborg really, I think, is still my favorite. But it took me, I don't know, about a year to find a Midnight Jack in the Purple Haze carbon fiber. And I found it. And actually, a friend of mine found it. And he hooked me up with it. And it was so awesome. And it's one that I carry a lot. So this, while there was an option for the Purple Haze, and I wanted to do that desperately because I wanted it to be all matchy-matchy. But when I saw this option of the sunrise pattern textured titanium, there was just no way around it. I had to do that. Now, this is smaller than I expected. I don't know why I would expect it to be bigger, because you should figure it's probably going to be somewhere around the same size as the slip joints. But I don't know, I kind of expected it to be just a little bit bigger. If I had any one critique, oh, no, I don't have a critique anymore. I love unboxings. Things just unfold in front of our very eyes. So it does have a lanyard post. I was going to say it needed to have a lanyard hole because on a knife handle this small, what I need to do is tie a short knotted lanyard. And I'll give you an example of that on one of my knives so that you can see how it is used. Okay, this was the project I did with Riot a couple of years ago based off of my custom tibia. And my philosophy when I began making knives, and I don't do this any longer, was I wanted to have compact EDC size knives, but I didn't want to sacrifice a utilitarian blade. So you still got a 4-inch blade, and where I cut back on the size was in the handle. Even though I have large hands, I figured that would be best. Also because that's the part that's hanging out when you're carrying it. You're going to carry this horizontal on your belt. I wasn't doing pocket carry knives at the time. So because of that shorter handle, I didn't like that my pinky was falling off the end. So I did this little trick right here. If you have a short and fully knotted lanyard, and a bead on there is good as well, then I now have a 4-finger grip on this knife that feels very, very secure. And that's what I'm going to end up doing on this one because my pinky doesn't even come close to fitting on this. But I want this compact size because as I drop it into here and then drop it in my pocket, I don't want anything any larger. I don't want this thing taking up a whole bunch of room. So that's going to be perfect. I'm going to tie it. I love the fact that because of the coffin-shaped handle, he had to choose the rear, the top rear, or bottom rear, and he put it on the bottom rear, which is exactly how I have this oriented. So this is going to be perfect. So I'm going to tie off another lanyard. I don't know if I'm going to do it before I do the full review, but I'm definitely going to tie off a lanyard on there. I'm going to dig through my beads and see what kind of cool beads I've got. By the way, Ben, if you're watching, I would say that this would be the time for you to launch some custom Jack Wolf lanyard beads. Just saying, might be a good idea. You're going to have a lot of people buying this knife. You have a lot of people with big hands like me that almost have 2 fingers falling off the back, and they're definitely going to want to have that lanyard on there. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing that. And I guess, okay, I might have one actual critique that I don't see taken care of. I would have liked to have seen a little bit of jimping up here. That wouldn't follow the theme of matching exactly with any of the slip joint models because you don't put jimping on a slip joint because it's going to tempt somebody to apply pressure there. But it would be nice because this is going to be used in ways that my slip joints aren't. So, just a little feedback for Ben. Anyway, there you go. There is the unboxing of the brand new FIXedc from Jack Wolf Knives. That is super cool. It's really lightweight. It's very skinny, and it's very slim and sleek. I'm calling it right now. That is going to be a big, 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 big hit. Yeah, that's awesome.